What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. Today we're talking about this.
Sleeping Dog will be released on May 12th, but joining us tonight is investigative journalist and documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell. He's also co-host of the Weaponized podcast. Jeremy, congrats. Great to talk to you. Again, the clip, you're talking to the son of a former official who was in charge of cybersecurity at Los Alamos. He had a treasure trove of UFO files. What was in them?
Yeah, well, look, this is not unusual for me. I've kind of become the clearinghouse for people that have sensitive information regarding UAP. And sometimes when people pass away, you know, their family members do reach out to me. So in this movie, which I did not make, by the way, this movie was made by Michael Lazowski. This movie is really about journalism. It's about First Amendment. It's about freedom of speech. Okay. And in those documents was absolute proof that the government has independently been studying the UFO phenomenon for decades, looking at and covering up the fact that they're looking at the origin of these craft and the pilots themselves.
Vetters, please hit that like button. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. All right, Vetters, so what's today's video about? Well, it's about Jeremy Corbell and a brand new documentary that is coming out about Jeremy Corbell called Sleeping Dog. Now, this new documentary about Jeremy Corbell is set to release May 15th of this year, 2026. So we're going to be taking a look at the trailer, but also an interesting news clip that just came out that gave us an idea of some, I don't know any other word to use, but bombshell information that's allegedly included inside of this documentary. Now, before we react to the trailer, I do need to keep the mics on, y'all, so let me introduce the sponsor for today's video, Rocket Money. I was scrolling through my bank app recently, and I realized I was still getting charged for a gym membership that I haven't stepped foot in months because, you know, I live in Spain now. And somehow I was still paying for a streaming service twice. Let's just say I felt like an idiot. All that money was just quietly disappearing every month, and I had no idea. And that's when I fired up Rocket Money. It tracks every subscription across all my accounts and lets me cancel the ones I don't want with just a few taps. They've already helped users cancel over 880 million in unwanted subscriptions. It also pulls all my checkings, savings, loans, and investments into one clean dashboard so I can finally see the full picture and actually stay on top of my spending. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spendings, and helps lower your bills so you can expand your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/vetted. That's rocketmoney.com/vetted. rocketmoney.com/vetted. Let's do this. Let's get to this trailer of Sleeping Dog. We're going to react to the trailer, and then again, I've got a special news clip to share with you that'll give us a little more insight as to what exactly is included in this documentary, because the trailer is just intended to sort of get our, excitement about the film, right, going. But this news clip does give us a lot more, information about what's, some of the big things that are included in this documentary. So again, first, let's get to this trailer, see what it's all about.
Your journalistic credentials mean jack shit. If you look in the 70s and 80s with the CIA, they used to have reporters on their payroll. They don't respect anybody.
Corbell is an investigative journalist who helped obtain and release the DoD footage of UFOs.
I've been holding a secret for about 11 years, and it's going to be extremely public. It's not a video of an alien. It's not a video of one crowd. It's more than that.
Years ago, I went searching for the truth about UFOs.
And I dug it up in the desert.
He was the most curious kid ever.
First person that I pointed a camera at was John Lear.
John Lear, son of the famed aviation pioneer and a world-class pilot.
The government has between 30 and 50 alien bodies.
Cold called his phone, and he picked up. I want to bring, a camera, and then how open he was with me.
This was not part of my game plan at all.
Flying saucers, flying discs of extraterrestrial origin.
The evidence is very strong. They've been here and are here.
It's an Alice in Wonderland planet.
This looks good.
Very few people will ever find the truth. But everybody is looking for the truth. And a lot of people think that they found the truth. But that's impossible.
I'm like the least qualified person on planet Earth. One thing I am is I am worthy of your trust.
If you really have stuff that is that sensitive that you cannot release, you're relying on your connection as a journalist. They're not going to come after you, not only you, but they're going to come after your family. If I die, this story comes out.
It would represent one of the largest
like
in American history. I don't know what to do, man. Is it worth it? To who?
All right, y'all. I mean, that looks pretty good if you ask me, production-wise, right? I think that looks amazing. You know, great shots, right? And clearly Jeremy's trying to tell a story here. But again, just a tease. We don't really know what's going on, right? We know it's a documentary about Jeremy Corbell and some UFO truth he may have found, essentially. But yeah, does the film look good? Absolutely. Am I going to watch it? 100%. These things are not easy to, make. And clearly they put a lot of effort into this. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Now, what is this bombshell information that's included in the documentary? That's not something, Jeremy has a different approach to the UFO topic, right, than a lot of us. So part of his filmmaking or investigative journalism or any of this stuff, right, is always going to include some of these things, right? Because he has sources and he's trying to uncover things, right? He's on his own journey. So he is making some promises that there will be some things included in this documentary, right? Essentially. So people are going to say one thing or another about that, right? If you have this UFO truth, why are you holding it back for a documentary? That sort of thing. But sometimes presenting things the right way can help get the message out. Otherwise, it could, just be nothing. So I, for one, am okay. I just want to see it, right? Let's see what this is all about. Now, before we get to this news clip that kind of gives us some more insight on what exactly this big thing is that Jeremy is holding back in this documentary, how about just a little refresher of who Jeremy Corbell is exactly, just for those of you who aren't familiar. Jeremy Corbell is an American investigative filmmaker, documentary producer, and journalist based in Los Angeles, California. Originally a contemporary visual artist and former mixed martial arts athlete, he transitioned into UFO research in the late 2010s after picking up a camera to explore fringe topics that intrigued him. Let's be real, most of us.
You're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth. That's the lie. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I sent you 2 texts today with a year. Not from me. Nope. I'm not going to propagate that lie. Sometimes when you want somebody to know a truth, it's so you can set them up to believe a lie.
Corbell gained widespread recognition for directing the 2018 Netflix documentary Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers, which brought renewed attention to Lazar's claims of reverse engineering alien craft. He has since released several verified U.S. military UAP videos, including footage from the USS Omaha and triangular craft sightings, often in collaboration with veteran investigative journalist George Knapp. As co-host of the popular Weaponized podcast, Corbell continues to platform whistleblowers, push for government transparency on exotic technology and non-human intelligence, and produce new projects like the upcoming documentary Sleeping Dog, establishing himself as a prominent citizen journalist at the forefront of the modern UFO disclosure movement. All right, so now that we're a little more familiar with who Jeremy is, in case you might have forgotten, remember, don't forget he warned us about this 2027, alien invasion lie as well. Clearly, someone meant to be reckoned with in the UFO community. Whatever you think about him, whatever your opinion is, he clearly has a lot of pull People go to him, right? He clearly has access to information. Now, what we do with it is up to ourselves, right? But one of those things that he's been working on apparently to get out is this.
Where is this from?
It's from Los Alamos National Laboratory.
Your dad died, right?
He did. He passed away about a month ago.
I'm sorry to hear that. My dad died too. What was your dad's position and why do we find this interesting?
He was in charge of all computer and cybersecurity for the entire laboratory.
Sleeping Dog will be released on May 12th, but joining us tonight is investigative journalist and documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell. He's also co-host of the Weaponized podcast. Jeremy, congrats. Great to talk to you. Again, the clip, you're talking to the son of a former official who was in charge of cybersecurity at Los Alamos. He had a treasure trove of UFO files. What was in them?
Yeah, well, look, this is not unusual for me. I've kind of become the clearinghouse for people that have sensitive information regarding UAP. And sometimes when people pass away, you know, their family members do reach out to me. So in this movie, which I did not make, by the way, this movie was made by Michael Lazowski. This movie is really about journalism. It's about First Amendment. It's about freedom of speech.
Okay.
And in those documents was absolute proof that the government has independently been studying the UFO phenomenon for decades, looking at and covering up the fact that they're looking at the origin of these craft and the pilots themselves.
I'm being told that by our control room that we are completely out of time. So this is what you call a tease. Jeremy, I'm begging you. You have to come back on the show.
I think what's funny there is that they're like, we're running out of time. I know you got the answer to the greatest question humanity has ever asked, you know, are we alone in the universe? And more importantly, are we alone on this planet? But we got to go because we got to bring up Jimmy from Oklahoma to talk about the, you know, Oklahoma State Fair and corn dogs, right? And funnel cakes. Like, what? It's like, that always, you know, makes me laugh when people are like, this is amazing. You know, this is so great. You know, we got to cut to commercial. You know, I mean, I do ads on here too. I get it, you know. But it's just kind of funny doing a news program. Like, we're running out of time. I know you know, please come back and tell us about the greatest mystery of all time, you know. Anyway, so apparently this guy contacted Jeremy Corbell and gave him some information, files, because his dad was the head of, what do you say, computer and cyber security at Los Alamos for the entire laboratory. So maybe this is what some of the stuff Jeremy wants to bring forward, some of these files, right? And this is the kind of position Jeremy, George, other UFO researchers are in. I mean, shoot, people send me stuff, you know, all the time. I can't imagine the kind of stuff they get, right? And just what do you do with it? I don't like messing with it personally. You know, that's just not a road I want to go down. But again, we need people like Jeremy. Whether you agree with them or not, we need people that are kind of pushing for these sorts of things, because many things can happen at once. You got people that do what I do, people that do what Jeremy does, people that do, you know, Chris Ramsey does, Jesse Michael, right? All these guys, everyone has their part to do, right? And then you, the viewer, the most important, and I'm a viewer too, right? I'm in the audience as well. You know, we serve probably the most important role, right? Because without us, nothing's happening, right? So anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you looking forward to this documentary? What do you think of Jeremy Corbell as a journalist? What do you think about him bringing this information forward, right? I'm curious to see what it is, because I've heard a lot of talk, right, that this is a big deal. But we hear that a lot in this community, you know. I guess we don't know till we see it, but we'll have to wait and see. So May 15th this year, 2026, this will be out. So not too far to wait. All right, betters. We'll see you on the next one. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.